Welcome everyone to another live stream from Canadian Yorkers. So we are live, and I'm bringing another live stream video to you today, and we're going to be talking about the New York Jets. Of course, that's my team, and I've been rocking with this team for some time. So as you know, the New York Jets will be season 4. The NFL season is actually starting tonight. I think the first game of the season is being played between the Eagles and the Cowboys, and it's being streamed on Peacock and on Peacock. So right now, the first day of the NFL season starts tonight. But for my Jets, the first game we start on September 7th at 1 o'clock. So in this live stream, we're going to be going in on first of all the game we're playing, and also we're going over our schedule and going over the preseason, and then I'll be sharing my thoughts on what the expectations for us this season is, because we have a whole brand new team. Everything is new coach, new quarterback. We also added some other pieces to the team, so there's a lot that there's to be expected of us. So without further ado, we're just kind of getting into the schedule that we have right here. So according to our schedule, for the first game of the season, we actually play against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Blue and Steel, if you're seeing this, man, normally whenever we have a Jets and Steelers game, I normally go and me and Blue and Steel we actually have a watch party. We watch the game, and it's a lot of fun doing a watch party, seeing the Steelers play the Jets. So that's great. But the first game of the season, the Steelers are playing. We're playing the Steelers first game of the season, and it's kind of ironic because we actually have our previous quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, who was on our team. Our team no longer had him. We let him go, and he then joined the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Pittsburgh Steelers were the backup quarterback. I'm forgetting his name right now. It's just slipping my tongue. If I can just remember his name, I'm sorry, but I can't remember his name. The backup quarterback from the Pittsburgh Steelers, actually, he joined us, and he became our starting quarterback. And so we're having we had a little switcheroo right there. So basically, we're having the quarterback from the other teams face each other on opposite teams. So it's kind of that's how it is. But anyway, we're playing against Aaron Rodgers. First game of the season at home at MetLife Stadium. I would love to go to a game at MetLife Stadium, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go this year. But I'm definitely going to plan to go to a future home game when I can, as soon as possible. So be on the lookout for that. So just letting you guys know that the first game of the season, we're playing Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's the first for week 1. For week 2, we're playing against our division rivals. Right off the bat, we're playing against the Buffalo Bills. Second game of the season, and that's going to be September 14th, again at home. Second game of the season against the Buffalo Bills. Man, this is going to be a tough one for me. I support the Jets, and the Buffalo Bills are my rival, so I'm going to be, looking out for you, keeping an eye on you, you Bills fans, keeping an eye on you. Next up, playing against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa Bay, Florida. Week 3, playing against the Buccaneers. That's September 21st, 1 o'clock. On Sunday again. So 3 straight Sundays. We're playing 3 straight Sundays. 2 Sundays at home, 1 Sunday away. And then we're playing again against another division rival, the Miami Dolphins, in Miami, Florida. So we're playing in Tampa Bay and then in Miami, Florida. against the Miami Dolphins. Week 5, we're playing against the Dallas Cowboys at home at MetLife Stadium again on Sunday. So a lot of our games are being played on Sunday. So the first to third week on Sunday, Monday we're playing the Dolphins. Saying again, this is the Dallas Cowboys week 5 in Dallas. In New Jersey. The Denver Broncos. We're playing the Broncos in Denver, Colorado, week 6. I believe it's kind of similar to the last game schedule we had. We played against the Denver Broncos last time. I remember away. Anyway, we're playing the week 6 Denver Broncos in Denver, Colorado. Week 7 Carolina Panthers at home. That's on Sunday. Bengals, we're playing the Bengals week 8 in Cincinnati, Ohio. Week 9 is a bye. The Cleveland Browns are playing on November 9th again at home against the Cleveland Browns. And we're playing our most bitterest rivals, the New England Patriots in Foxborough. At New England, of course, week 11. Play the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore, week 12. Atlanta Falcons at home, week 13. The Dolphins again. We're playing the Dolphins at week 14 at home. We're playing two, so that's two. So the Dolphins, we're playing the Dolphins away and playing the Dolphins at home. Jacksonville, we're playing Jacksonville week 15 in Jacksonville, Florida. Week 16, we're playing the Saints in New Orleans. Week 17, I skipped. Week 17, we're playing the Patriots at home. And again, we're playing the Bills week 18 in Buffalo. Man, talk about a tough cookie. So we're playing the Bills in the last game of the season and the Patriots in the last game of the season. And so we got our work cut out for us, man. That's all I can say. But we do have a better offensive line this year than we did last year. Much better offensive line. We also have a better defensive line, of course. So we're gonna be definitely taking the fight to the teams that we need to go to if we're gonna make a run to the playoffs, possibly get to the Super Bowl. We have to see how that's gonna go. We also took the head coaches, two head coaches, the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator from the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions just spilled over. They took they just gave away all their coaches, everything that made them successful, that helped them to get far into the playoffs last year. They were in the AFC, championship game against the I can't remember who they play against. They played the Lions played the it wasn't the Chiefs. It was the Chiefs played against the Eagles. So yes, it was against the Chiefs. The Lions played the Chiefs, if I'm not mistaken. I might be correct. I might be wrong. But they didn't play the Chiefs. They played some other team, and the Chiefs faced that team. I can't remember exactly at the tip of my tongue. But you guys remember, if you guys can help me on this, just remember that. But there we have it. 18 games of the season right there. We kind of have a tough schedule, I gotta say, because we're playing the Bills. The Bills are still good. I'm not gonna lie. The Patriots, we can definitely handle the Patriots. Glad, Tom Brady is no longer with the Patriots anymore. He's retired. Thank God. We have a totally clean slate. I know we have the 20-year horror story living with us for the past 20 years. The ghost of Tom Brady is with us. Haunts us forever for 20 years. But now he is no longer retired. He's living his life, of course, doing what he's doing. So kudos to him. But we're totally able to wipe a clean slate with a brand new team, brand new coach, brand new offense, brand new defense. Everything's brand new and shiny, and so it's great. We can brand new quarterback as well. We don't have Aaron Rodgers anymore. Thank goodness he is gone. Um, I know he wanted to stay with us, but didn't really work out because we only. It's good. It's good that he was with us for 2 years. I gotta say that. It's good that Aaron Rodgers was with us for 2 years. I know the first year he was with us was kind of. I consider it to be he got injured, so I would say it's a fluke year. He wasn't able to really to show us exactly what he was able to do. And the second year, it was kind of a mess because we were not able to, really show our potential, and so we had a very sucky year the second year he was with us. And of course, with all the drama that happened after in the off season, I gotta say I'm glad Aaron Rodgers is no longer with us, and I'm sorry for the Boone Steel, but he's now with the Pittsburgh Steelers, so he is, hopefully he can maybe win a Super Bowl with the Steelers, But we'll have to see what's gonna happen with the with with that situation that's gone. We are able to wipe a clean slate. We are able to focus on what we can achieve this year. I think us leading up into the beginning of this before the season started, I just was thinking previous to in between the time before we got Aaron Rodgers, I think we were actually improving under Robert Saleh, actually improving under him. We got a like 8-8 record. It was 7-9 somewhat record. It was actually good. We're actually seeing improvements here. But we had the funks that we're in with what happened with under Robert Saleh. It just didn't work out with Robert Saleh. So now we have a new coach, Glenn. Um, you know, Coach Glenn right now. So I'm excited to see kind of optimal. I'm optimistic about what's the what we're gonna achieve this season. So it's gonna be. You never know what's gonna happen with this season. It's gonna be interesting. Are we going to see the same stuff happen again, or are we going to see an improvement in this season? So I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen. So there's our schedule, guys, from week 1 to week 18. It's a tough schedule. It's very tough, I gotta say. We're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we're playing the Bills, and these teams are not going to be easy to walkthrough. I'm gonna say, I would say the Bills, they still have a pretty good team. It's gonna be kind of tough to say if we can. But I don't really see us winning the second game of the season against the Bills. The Steelers, they have beaten us before. I'm gonna have to say we're probably just to say we might get off to an O. Let's say win a game against the Steelers, the Bills. It would be wonderful for us to win a game. So if we get 2-1 or a 2-0 or 1-1, half and half win against, we're able to steal a win against the Bills at home. That would be wonderful. We played the Steelers. The Steelers have beaten us. Aaron Rodgers probably go off on us. He still has the capacity to do that. So I could say maybe Aaron Rodgers is going to win a game against us. He's probably going to go pissed off and go vintage Aaron Rodgers on us. So we'll see what happens. The Buccaneers, I'm not sure about the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are still a good team. I think they're in the playoffs last year. So, I could say maybe we could pull off a win against the Buccaneers. Maybe. I definitely think we could pull off a win against the Dolphins. We've beaten the Dolphins. We were 1-1 on them last year. The Cowboys, I can see us winning against the Cowboys because the Cowboys are in a funk right now. They do not have a defensive line. They lost their best. They lost Michael Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. And unfortunately for us, though, we have to face the Packers, so we're going to be facing against the Michael Parsons on the Packers, so that's going to be kind of tough. So I'm going to have to say we're going to have a tough season this season. It's not going to be a cakewalk. I don't see us anywhere here facing the Kansas City Chiefs, if I can recall, because I think I remember seeing, well, maybe we played a game against the Chiefs last year. I might be wrong, but obviously we're gonna have to see here what's gonna happen going forward. So that's our schedule for this season. So going into the ESPN right here, it says New York Jets schedule, takeaways, predictions. So let's see what's gonna happen here. It says so this article was written May 14th, 2025. So that was like a few months ago, like 2 months ago, 4 months ago. Um, so it says here, I probably want to find a more updated uh, article talking about the Jets schedule. Um, but we'll have to see what's going to happen going forward. But I like the fact that before I start this article, I like the fact that we are a young team and we're hungry. Sauce Gardner's, starting. I think this is his third or fourth season with the Jets. Um, some of our, I'm really terrible with the names. Um, Forgive me, guys. But our offensive line, is young and hungry. Our defensive line is young and hungry. So Quincy Williams is also our defensive anchor, starting to become a defensive anchor for a defense. So, all these guys there, if we can continue building on what we're doing, we can definitely become a force. As long as we keep on developing ourselves better, I definitely like to see the development of the offense and defense. We can definitely become a Super Bowl contender in the future. We just have to keep working on that. Just keep working on it. Um, I'm gonna say we could be a surprise this year. I'm just saying. I'm not sleeping. I'm not sleeping on this team. I think this team could be a surprise this year, and let's see how far we're gonna get. We could definitely surprise. It could be a big surprise this year. So just like the Lions, I mean, you can see how far the Lions were able to. They were in the gutter of the NFL season, and then they made a huge turnaround, and now they're one of the powerhouse teams of this decade. So I mean, the Lions, you never know what's going to happen with the Lions. They've really changed their head coaching and everything. A lot of things could happen this season that we don't know. I'm just speculating on things, but there's a lot that can happen, guys. The same thing with the Jets. We could have a big turnaround here with this thing. So continuing here, it says the New York Jets 2025 season was released Wednesday with the rest of the NFL slate. The early theme of this schedule can be described this way: from home to heat. The first-year coach, Aaron Glenn, can enjoy the comforts of MetLife Stadium for his first two games, only the second in the last 14 years of the Jets. First two home games are at home. From there, they're in Florida for consecutive games from Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Miami Dolphins. The Jets haven't played a September game in Miami since 2012. They haven't done an early back-to-back in Florida since 2002. That's quite a while. At least the Miami game is on a Monday night, which might make the conditions slightly less oppressive. So it's not bad. So of course we went over the schedule for from week 1 to week 18. The date for weeks 15 and 18 will to be determined. So biggest takeaway: the NFL couldn't get enough of the Jets at the prime time this year. They're an afterthought. They have only two dates, both divisional matchups. Dolphins and Patriots Thursday night, week 11. Such is life in the post-Aaron Rodgers era. The Jets do have some exciting young players, but their mass appeal isn't the same without Rodgers. They received a league record 6 primetime games in the first 11 weeks of 2024. One was flex, so they played 5. Glenn and company aren't complaining. Fewer primetime games mean fewer shoulder weeks. It's the season opener. Quarterback Justin Fields, that's his name. Justin Fields will face the Steelers, a team that benched him after a 4-2 start, and the team that let him walk into free agency. If Aaron Rodgers winds up signing up with the Steelers, as many expect, it will create a delicious storyline. The future Hall of Famer felt disrespected by the Jets, Aaron Glenn in particular, when they released him, and now we will have a chance to ruin the home the opening day party, which could happen, but we never know. And Glenn said the objective is to win now. We'll find out how quickly, if that's realistic, because their first 3 games are against 2024 playoff teams, Steelers, Bills, and Bucks. It's by far the toughest stretch on the schedule. If Aaron Rodgers shields the Steelers and Mason Rudolph becomes the week 1 starter, the opener becomes very winnable. Otherwise, it's a potentially treacherous start. And don't forget about week 6 in London, where Glenn will meet one of his mentors, Sean Payton of the Broncos. That's another tough one. Wow, the Jets will close the season with a flurry, conjuring up comparisons to the 2022 Detroit Lions, Glenn's previous team. They will win 5 out of their last 6 games, falling short of the playoffs but sparking hope in 2026. Only one of their final 6 opponents posted a winning record. The 2024 Bills. The Jets faced former 2023 Lamar Jackson in Week 12 and 2024 MVP Josh Allen in Week 18. Between them, they mostly play in the same boat as they are teams with new coaches and or relatively inexperienced quarterbacks. Their schedule is ripe for a late season rally. Can Fields survive September? So much of the Jets' season hinges on whether Justin Fields can resurrect his career. He won't get any favors from the early schedule as he faces opponents notoriously tough on quarterbacks. In fact, 5 of the first 6 games are against defenses that are ranked top in the 10 QBR. Steelers first, Bills second, Broncos third, Dolphins 6th, and Buccaneers 10th. The latter 2 are on the road. This is a potential trouble for the Fields, who will also be operating a new offensive scheme. Justin Fields definitely has a huge thing on his table. He has a huge plate to work with, a huge recipe to work with. Work with the new teammates, with new offensive playbook, the new quarterback, new head coach. There's a lot of things here. Man, we really have a tough schedule, I gotta say, because wow, we facing the Bills, the Buccaneers. They were both in the playoffs last year. The Steelers were in the playoffs last year. The Dolphins. The Dolphins were close. They almost made it into the playoffs. The Broncos also. The Bengals, we can't count out the Bengals, of course. They were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. The Ravens, of course, are the scariest, I gotta say, because Lamar Jackson was the MVP last year. Josh Allen, of course, is still a threat. Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. What else can I say, guys? We have a tough schedule. It seems like it's a cozy thing, but this is it's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be fun to watch us play, but it's also gonna be brutal at the same time because I'm optimistic, going into next year, the 2026. I'm looking ahead. We're focusing on the big picture here. This is going to be an exciting time to see our team grow and develop. But it's also going to be it's going to be hard because, we're facing 3 teams, as Yardo mentioned. 3 teams, 4 teams are in the playoffs. The Broncos, the Ravens, the Bills, the Buccaneers. It's not going to be pretty, but there is hope. There's light at the end of a tunnel, and we're just focusing on the light at the end of the tunnel. We're getting through the tunnel, getting through the grit, going through the grind. We got to go through the grind. Let's talk about the preseason. I just want to talk about the most recent game we played against the Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl champions, 2024 Super Bowl champions, Philadelphia Eagles, who beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, we came close. We came close to beating the Philadelphia Eagles. Only 2 points. We only beat them by 2 points. Let's go over the box score. The first quarter, the Eagles got 3 points on us. Only 3 points on us. That's great. I guess they're a little rusty, shaking off that rust. We didn't score any points against the Eagles. Second quarter, Eagles got 3 points again. We got 3 points, so it's 6-3 in the first half. 6-3 in the first half. So, then in the second half, third quarter, Eagles got 10 points on us. So they scored a touchdown, we got 3 points. That's 10. So that automatically that equals 16 in the third quarter. And we didn't get anything in the third quarter. Now we struggle with that time and time again. We struggle with playing in the third quarter. We struggle with getting points in the first quarter and in the third quarter. I don't know why, but that's basically what happens. So we have to work on that. In the fourth quarter, we got 2 touchdowns on the Eagles. So automatically we got 10 points and we got 17, making it in the fourth quarter. And the Eagles got 3 points in the fourth quarter. So automatically that makes it 19-17. That's the final score. So we came close to beating the Eagles in this preseason game. So we have shown our potential. Now to kind of go over the box score again, just kind of analyzing things here. So it's showing the Eagles and the looking at the Eagles and the Jets right here. So looking at the we'll look at the passing here. Our passing, we had. So it looks like we didn't have our starters. Our starters didn't really start for this team, but we just had the second half. We didn't have our main starters start in this game. Excuse me. I'm just trying to look. I'm looking for the team thing here, but we have. I guess these are the quarterbacks here. So we had the quarterback Brady Cook. He threw for 99 yards passing. Had 1 interception. Adrian Martinez threw for 86 yards, 1 interception. The Philadelphia Eagles passing, the quarterback was Kyle McCord. Had 136 yards, 1 interception, 2. He didn't get any. He was sacked twice. Both our quarterbacks for our team was sacked twice. So we were okay, for that. For the rushing here, for the team carries was 26. We had 126 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns for the rushing. So that's positive. That's where our 2 touchdowns came from. That's good. We're not able to get any passing for touchdowns. So that's something that definitely has to be worked on over the season, continuously in practice. For the rushing, for the Eagles, they had 1 rushing touchdown, 1 no passing. They didn't have any touchdowns with their passing. For the receiving, for the team, for our Jets, we had 185 yards receiving. So of course, so all of our receivers were able to get some touches here. 54 yards for Jamal Pritchett, Brandon Smith, 42 yards, Quinton Skinner, 40 yards, Demir Miller, 24, Jonathan Edwards, 11. So not bad, pretty good. For the Eagles, 136 receiving yards, no touchdowns. And so there we have it. For the fumbles, we had 3 fumbles in this game. Wow! So the defense definitely stomped through. We got stuffed by the Eagles in this preseason game. Of course, Eagles defense. This is probably the same defense that stuffed the defense of the Eagles completely snuffed out the Chiefs offense. So of course we got 3 fumbles against us. I mean, they're playing the champions here, and these guys know how to play good football here. Eagles didn't have any fumbles in this preseason game, so I'm kind of looking for the sacks here. Get any sacks? We had 2 sacks against the Eagles, and the Eagles also had 2 sacks. So there we have it, for the preseason game against the Eagles. So again, all the stuff that I'm talking about is in the description box here. So that's kind of how everything went down against the Eagles. So that's what happened. 99 passing yards for the Jets. Rushing yards 38 yards passing for the Jets. Receiving yards 54. 1 sack for the Jets. 7 tackles. Okay. But still, we were not able to get over the hump here. 3 turnovers for us, of course. 18 first downs, so that's positive. 10 penalties. Ooh. Yeah, the penalties are a killer. That's what kind of killed us last season. We gotta work on that. Continuing going forward here. So we're talking about the Giants. We played the Giants. I think that was the second game of the season. The Giants, we got stomped by the Giants. Of course, the Giants have their new quarterback, Jay Dart. To the Jets, we had 114 passing yards in this game, in the preseason game, 34 rushing yards, 48 receiving yards, 1 sack. We were able to get a sack against the Giants, so that's good. 6 tackles against the Giants. So that's a problem. So we got to really clamp down on that. The Giants unfortunately stomped us in this preseason game. Thank goodness it's a preseason game and not an actual game. So, I mean, it's preseason, so it doesn't really matter. The Giants won 137 yards, passing yards, rushing yards was 39, receiving yards 80 receiving yards, 7 tackles from the Giants. So that's really tough, man. The Giants were able to stomp us in that game we played against them. And last but not least, when we go to the last game, we played the Packers and we destroyed the Packers in the preseason. So we just destroyed them 30-10. We got it's funny we get destroyed. We destroyed the Packers and we get destroyed by the Giants in a similar fashion. But yeah, we destroyed the Packers 30-10 in this game. Our team stats. We played them in Green Bay. I'm just looking at the team stats here. Stats, statistics. So we played with our quarterback, B. Cook. He had 62 passing yards. Justin Fields played this game, 42 passing yards. We had no interceptions, no sacks, no touchdowns, but we were able to play a good game. Braylon Allen played this game, 33 yards, no touchdowns, no fumbles, so that's good. Justin Fields played this game. Justin Fields rushed for 14 yards, had a touchdown. Okay, good. Breece Hall played 9 yards, no touchdowns, no fumbles. As long as we're good, we're doing our thing. Lee Cook, 1 yard, -5 yards. 1 carry, -5 yards. And, okay, didn't really go anywhere. So, there we have it, guys. So, looking at the stats for this game, we were able to get the win against the Packers. So, that's good. It's just a preseason game. It's not really a serious thing. But it's good to see that. So here's my thoughts on this, guys. We have a lot to cover. There's been a lot of improvements this season. We have a new coach. We have a new quarterback. New play system. This is good. The only thing that's tough is that we have to deal with this. We have a tough schedule. We're playing the Patriots. We have the Bills. We have the Dolphins and the Bills, Dolphins, and us. We're all in the same conference. So this is going to be a tough schedule for us because we're playing some of these teams multiple times. We're playing the Bills twice. We're playing the Dolphins twice. We're playing the Patriots twice. So this is not going to be an easy season, despite all the optimism I have for the season. Coming clean and fresh on a new slate. we are. I don't think we're gonna get far this season. Probably. I think going for the record. I know this is kind of early to say what the record is for our season. I can see us going. You know, having a slightly better record than we did last season. You know, having. I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna be honest. 6 and what, 18. So I'm gonna say 7 and 10 or 8 and 10 for the season. I'm gonna have to say it slightly. That's the best optimism I have. Um, in the season, I do not want to see a 4-6 or 4-12 record or 6-12. I mean, I would say that's slightly better than what we had last season when we went 4-12 or 3-12. Absolutely horrendous. But I'd like to see a definitely improvement over what we did last season, which was horrible, absolutely horrible. Um, but that's my thoughts on that. I could see us going. I mean, it's not slightly like we're improving. We're definitely improving. We're getting better. So I can see that happening. One of the things I also want to mention is that we actually have a brand new uh, jersey actually as well. So I don't know if anyone has seen the brand new jersey that we are debuting. So we will be debuting this brand new jersey against Miami in week 14. So I gotta say, I just want to make a thought on this new jersey we have. It, I think this. I mean, we're coming up with this with the brand new jerseys. We're coming out with brand new jerseys and stuff. That's great. And I think, hey, this jersey we have, it looks cool. It's great. It's Gotham green. It's a darker shade of green. It's a darker, greener color than what we have for our regular jersey. So this is nice. It's a nice color. I like it. It's great. It's better than black because, as I mentioned, I made a video previously and an earlier video in the past on my channel talking about the Jets black uniform. I didn't like the black. It's not in our color scheme. So with them switching to this darker green type of shade, it's a shade of green. So I like the concept and I like the fact that it's a darker shade of green, and this is good. So we are, and actually since we have a black helmet, we also have a darker shade of a green helmet there, and it does give off a Gotham City type of vibe, sort of Batman, because we're close to the city. So East Rutherford is not that far from New York City, of course. So, but the thing is, like, it's a nice new uniform we have. So I'm not throwing any shade on it, but I like it. But seeing these new uniforms we have is also good for us to also show that we are capable of, we're not just flashing the pants. We're actually working on improving ourselves as a team. We're the team is growing together, getting to know each other, and they're also making a push to become better and better each year. So this is us also making the effort to become better and better as the season progresses. Obviously, we're not just the Jets are not just a flash in the pan here with a real deal. So we got to establish that foundation first. Show that we're not just a flash in the pan. We are, we are the future of the NFL. So that's all I have to say about that. So, and I definitely want us to definitely go to a Jets game when I can. And since these games are on Sunday, that's perfect for me. It's definitely possible to go to a game on Sunday in the afternoon. That's great. It's not a problem. I've been to East Rutherford before, of course for a different event, but that was and my previous video I did was K-pop concert in East Rutherford actually, which is great. So I've been to East Rutherford already for a musical event, but I've also, but going to a sports event now is a completely different experience. So I can't wait. When I get the chance to go to a sports event to go see the Jets play, it's going to be an exciting time. And this is great because I know the schedule. The schedule is out there, so it's great that we're also having games at home because that gives us the confidence to be able to play games at home and win games at home. So we're playing more games at home than we are away. That's great because that gives our team the chance to really help them motivate the fans. We are the fans. We're supporting the team. But also, we also get to know the players a little bit more, and help them and motivate them to be better at what they do. So that's a good thing. So guys, I'm gonna have to end this live stream for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like this video, put your thumbs up, subscribe to this channel. Um, Let me know what you think about the preseason schedule that's out right now. I'm just doing this one out here before because our first game is actually going to start on Sunday. So I'll come back in another live stream and talk about how we did in the first game of the season against the Steelers. Hopefully, we're going to see how things go. We'll see how things go. And I'm banking on my Steelers. I'm sorry. I'm banking on the Jets winning against the Steelers in the first game of the season. That's gonna happen. We cannot lose to Aaron Rodgers. That cannot happen. Aaron Rodgers must not. He must not get the first win again. He must not get a win against us at home. That cannot happen. So, good luck to the Steelers fans out there. Good luck to Blue Steel, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream update on the New York Jets season. Hope you guys enjoyed this live stream, and I'll see you in the next one.